Hey everyone, day 3 of the 100-day video challenge. Thanks to Casey's for the idea and the concept to do a video a day for 100 days and talking about nothing, which ends up talking about something. So I'm pretty much using these videos as a way to share what happens in my life, like at the time that it's happening. So it's not really stuff that happened before or anything that's happened afterwards, or anything in the future. It's literally sharing things that are going on in my life in the moment. And what I'm finding, especially we're on day 3 going into another video, I'm finding that a lot of the stuff that I'm going through is not only stuff that everyone else is kind of going through as well, but there's also a message that comes up from it, which not only do I get that message by talking about it, I can share that with you as well. So the universe works in amazing ways. And again, we haven't been guided to do this 100-day video challenge without something really cool coming out of it. So thanks for sticking by me for 3 days so far. I hope all the other days that you get to watch these videos inspires you, helps you, does whatever it does, it's meant to do for you, whatever you're guided to do, basically from the stuff that comes up for me and stuff that I can talk about. I use the word stuff a lot because that's just the word I use. So I'll talk about a lot of stuff, but it doesn't really mean anything. So what I've found in the last 24 hours and what I've kind of had just a little bit of an awakening on around what's gone on in the last 24 hours is something that I just want to share with you guys, because I've noticed that it's something that a lot of people come to me for. And it's usually around purpose. And I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. And I don't even know what I do now. And I'll tell you a story, because yesterday, and it's not actually the only time I've had this, but yesterday I was sitting here going, I don't know, I was about to swear then, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I'm sitting here because I work on a universal scale, right? So I don't really know if I can put my finger on exactly what I do. And then I realized that most of the people who come to me don't really know what they're doing and what their purpose is and what difference they're making in the world and all that sort of thing. And I was exactly in that place just now. So literally looking at it and seeing it for what it really is, what was coming to me was that when we try and look at what our purpose is in this very moment, what we're doing is we're just comparing with what other people do and how they align their purpose with the world, pretty much. And so if you look at businesses and people who are running businesses, they technically base what they're doing around what the need is out in the world. And so we'll see a need. It's pretty much economics. It's the need, like all the supply and demand, need and wants. That's pretty much how business works to date. So as business owners, or even as entrepreneurs or people who want to make a difference in the world, we go back into, well, what wants are there or needs there are out there that I can satisfy or that I can help with. But when I was just connecting to this feeling of, well, how am I making a difference? What is it that I actually do? Like, it's so confusing to think for me, what do I actually do? And I just kind of sat there and just went, I have no idea. Now, I want you guys to know that that's actually okay to not have an idea of what you're doing, because I've been doing this for a long time and I still have no idea on what I'm doing. But what came to me is that that's okay. We have to be okay with what not knowing, because this is where it comes into, I need to have control of what's going to happen in the future. And in actual fact, the future doesn't exist because it hasn't happened yet. Same as the past does not exist because it's gone. So the only thing that really exists is this current moment right now. So really, at the end of the day, we should be, I don't really like using the word should, but we should be focusing on what we're doing in the moment rather than this big picture around what we're meant to be doing to make a difference, because all we need to do in the very moment is just be who we are. Now, when we look at being who we are, pretty much like what I'm talking about now, is that me being who I am, rambling because I like talking, and me sharing this story is actually or possibly helping someone, and that is all I need to do, and that is my purpose. So can you see that we've got this concept that we need to have this big purpose to be able to make a difference in the world, but in actual fact, by us just being who we are and just being authentic to who we are, and we're just acting ourselves in the day-to-day, actually then is us living our purpose in the moment. When we talk about living our purpose and what we're meant to be doing, it's actually so future-based that we're living in the future and we're not actually really embracing what's going on right now. So for you guys, like for anyone out there who is just going, you know, what is my purpose? What am I meant to be doing? Just be yourself. Now, from that being yourself, you then say, what do I need to work on? What would I like to know about myself? Because as we know with the universe is that the external is a reflection of our internal. So all we really need to do is say, well, what do I want to work on for myself? Like what I'm talking to you about. What do I want to know? And funnily enough, when you do something for yourself and help yourself and share that, you are actually helping other people, like what I'm doing now. It's like a domino effect. And so what happens is that as you're helping that person, you can actually be helping yourself at the same time. And that's where you'll see like a lot of people in the industries who have clients coming to them for help, they'll actually find that, again, the universe will just align energy with energy. So if you've got a client attracted to work with you, they will have either similar or you'll just be a little bit ahead, if you want to call it ahead, of where they are. But you'll be aligned for a reason. There'll be something in it that not only they will get from working with you, but that you will get from working with them. And so isn't that amazing that we don't technically need to say, well, I am a business coach or I am a health coach or even I've got rid of spiritual teacher and universal, whatever, because at the end of the day, if I just show up as me, like my name, that is who I am. Now, that is actually the role that I'm playing here at the moment. There is a bigger picture around what I'm meant to be doing, but at the end of the day, it'll play out in my own life as to what I'm meant to be doing and how I'm meant to be helping people. And then I just have to share that by being myself, technically what I'm doing here. Now, as I'm saying that, little did I know, but that by doing these videos, 100-day videos, I'm literally going to be experiencing things that you guys need to know about. And then for me to acknowledge and sit in it and go, okay, well, yesterday I had no idea what I do. But what happened as soon as I acknowledged that I had no idea what I was doing and that I felt lost and confused, and I actually got really frustrated and just wrote this whole big thing. And it's just, when you work with the universe, it's endless as to what you do. So just this morning in a beautiful session with a client, another new thing came up and another new concept and another new process. And I was absolutely shocked again at the other levels that come through. Now, my job is to now act on that. It's okay to evolve and to grow because people evolve and grow with you. Sometimes it may be a bit hard for them to keep up, but this is us being authentically us. If you are entrepreneurial, if you are creative, if you get ideas and things, don't stop, just act on them and keep going on the flow, because what happens is that people who you're meant to help will just keep aligning with you. A lovely lady gave me some advice during the week around, getting clients and, how do we attract clients into our business when, you know, like when we've got services or businesses, like when in this industry, how am I meant to attract them in an authentic way? And it's just all around that connection. How do you build that connection? Well, it's about building the brand. And what is the brand? You are the brand. So you just have to be you. And the more that you step into being you, the more you'll get these people coming to you who will want to be in your energy, who will want to work with you, who will want to find out more. And all we need to do is then just keep following the guidance that we're given. We get an idea, act on it. Get another idea, act on it. Get another idea, act on it. You cannot put a label on that. Well, I tried. I called it Living Life Guided, and I teach people how to do that. At the end of the day, it's one of the most powerful ways to live your life, and so much less stressful, but it's actually following what I call the path of least resistance. There is a path for us to follow. The thing is that as we look at all the possible ways that we can achieve something in this life, it is endless how many different ways we can just achieve one thing. So what we want to do is we just want to follow the path of least resistance, and that path of least resistance is always given to us by a thought that pops into your head, and you just have to follow it. You are not going bonkers if you have a thought that pops into your head and it seems crazy. It is actually your next step. All you need to do is just act on it. So just don't worry about the future. Don't worry about your purpose. Don't worry about how you're meant to be helping people. Just be you, and the rest all falls into place. Any questions, pop it below. Hopefully, because knowing me, this is another thing I'll probably talk about another day, is I forget. So today I'll be talking about, I've got this clarity and it's really cool and it sounds great. And then tomorrow I'll go, I feel a bit lost again. It's part of the amnesia they give us before we come down here. We're meant to kind of feel like we're lost, when in actual fact, all we need to be is just being ourselves. But we're taught to be, a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher, or that's just what we're taught. So we try and fit into these molds or these boxes. I'm giving you permission not to fit into a mold and not to fit into a box and just be you. And that is actually good enough, because you are good enough. And maybe somewhere along the line, you just learned that you aren't good enough. And so you wanted to create a box for yourself to fit into. Well, I'm just saying you are awesome as you are. You don't need a box or a role or a position or anything to fit into. Just be yourself, trust the process, listen and act on the thoughts that come through, and everything will be fine. See you tomorrow.